Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A robbery assault on a taxi driver puts the island on alert. Also tonight, CUC, a watchdog is watching and will have a story to tell. And I left my heart in San Francisco. Also, my toothpaste. And in sports, MMA returns with a cage of fire. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
This holiday, would you rather buy this TV or get one for free? For a limited time only, bring home a free 43-inch Samsung Smart TV when you sign up on Link with DTV Plus today. Just imagine your favorite movies, shows, and more, all in stunning quality on your brand new screen. Visit DocomoPacific.com or see us in store to learn more. Docomo Pacific, better together.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Across the nation, more and more people are driving under the influence of drugs. The CNMI Department of Public Safety would like to remind you to drive safe this holiday season. Do not drive while under the influence of marijuana, opioids, methamphetamines, or other potentially impairing drugs, including prescription and over-the-counter medication. These drugs can impair your driving and can put you and others in harm's way. Be responsible this holiday season. It's not just your life at risk, but the lives of the people around you. Don't let one poor choice ruin the holidays for you or your loved ones. Drive safe this holiday season.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
Remember, if you feel different, you drive different.
Tangy pickles, slivered onions, tender pork covered in our delicious barbecue sauce, and topped on a home-style bun. Behold, the McRib. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience altogether. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You're watching the Channel 2 News on December 13th from our studio high up on Capitol Hill. A police manhunt continues for a group of 5 males who assaulted and robbed a taxi operator this week in Coblerville. On Tuesday night at 8:35 p.m., the taxi operator told police that he received a call to pick up 5 young men at Cool Laundry in Finnesisu. He picked them up and drove them to their desired location of a beach pavilion near Coral Ocean Point Resort. When the taxi arrived at the destination, the driver told police, he was choked with his own seatbelt and then punched multiple times in the face and head. The perpetrators grabbed the driver's fanny pack with his cash and cell phones inside before he freed himself and ran for help. The driver found assistance at a neighboring pavilion where occupants called for the police. He was then transported to CHCC for treatment. DPS is asking for community assistance in solving this crime. If you have any information, please contact DPS at 664-9042, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272. A CUC employee who was fired from her job is now digging in and says she's working on a film about the NMI's power structure. Candice Munya, chairperson.
We are Kanay Comunidad Payor Tolap. It's long, but we wanted to ensure that both our two heritage languages of the CNMI were included in the name. Basically, we're formed to ensure government accountability and transparency, to empower the people's voices, as well as to advocate for concerns and issues that the people care about. And then the last two are to ensure energy democracy and environmental justice.
Ms. Munya, a former grant writer, was placed on leave and ultimately separated from CUC after making some controversial public comments at an October board meeting. She claims that her dismissal was in retaliation for her, quote, whistleblowing, unquote.
The CUC, as the public utility, the sole provider of power, water, and wastewater in the Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas, has a duty and an obligation to follow local and federal procurement rules. We have had so many years.
In response to Munya's assertion that she was unfairly placed on leave, CUC had this to say.
The accusations was personnel matters. Right. Had nothing to do with corruption or anything of that sort. And just a grievance she filed against another employee. And that needs to, we need to protect the privacy of all individuals. And so that's all I can say about that.
Munya says her group has received a grant to make a documentary about CUC, and she wants answers. She has asked CUC for up to 20 years of fiscal records under an Open Government Act request.
So we wrote a letter, and basically we wanted to get down to the bottom of all of the what comprises the FAC, or the fuel adjustment charge. And understandably, CUC has they had their own presentation at the last board meeting. However, we would like to go deeper. We'd like to dig deeper. We'd like to find out costs of fuel from procurement, shipping, tariffs, transportation, and storage fees. We would like to find out the FAC calculations. We'd like to also go into any rate studies that were done. I cannot speak for anyone's intentions, individual intentions. However, I'd just like to explain that the way things work, especially at an institution such as CUC, is he is very new, okay? There are people who have been within CUC for over 20, almost 30 years. And CUC has a very long history of corruption. I mean, that's the presumption among people in the CNMI. There are people who've been there a lot longer, who have a lot more political pull, and who have more power in terms of, if that's what we're talking about. So it was not just his. It wasn't an individual decision. That's what I'm sure of.
By corruption, Ms. Munya uses the word to describe potential mismanagement or nepotism or cronyism or even favoritism.
I'm not accusing anyone of any of those things. However, corruption is a big issue here, and most people want to stay silent because that's like a red flag. I'd like to add that this is not a personal attack on anyone, okay? Us as Kanay Comunidad, us wanting to look into these documents, this is an act, this is a right that we as citizens have. We have a right to hold our government accountable, our government, its agencies, and CUC, which is a public corporation, meaning it is owned by the people, it's for the people.
CUC Executive Director Kevin Watson says that due to the amount of data needed to comply, it will take time to do so. He states that he should have all information by December 16. The CNMI's only utilities company is like a lightning rod for island attention. This week it meets to discuss internal matters.
This week, the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation held a special board meeting in their conference room on the third floor of the Jotun Dandan building. Betty Terlahi says CUC is fine-tuning its drug policy so it is defined better.
Federal government still sees marijuana as an illegal drug, right? And so we have to be cognizant of that it's applicable to us as federal recipients of grants and, funding. So our director and with HR manager and myself, this has been in the works, except when the governor signed the law that it cannot be used against hiring of applicants. Then we had to modify our rules to make sure that it's still clear that we're still zero tolerance.
Hiring and retaining employees is a challenge CUC faces. Don Brown touches base on what they went over for their compensation plan.
So we discussed in the open session compensation plan brought by the executive director and her team to reward the employees and to give pay increases across the board, especially at the lower levels, for retention purposes. And what was also discussed was possible cost of living increase or change for the islands of Tinian and Rota, because it just costs more to live there. So these things are on the table, and management will come back with a proposal in our next session.
As business trips allocate funds for hotel stay, rental car fees, and per diem, Miranda Manglonia shares CUC's proposed amendments for their employee travel policies.
Originally, it was amended for $20 per meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, while the accommodations, hotel accommodations, car transportation, be paid out of CUC. So what I would like to recommend is that we reinstate it back to the CNMI per diem rate and give the employees the option to look for accommodations in any of the hotels where they feel comfortable to stay in and not have the management decide on hotel accommodations.
In this meeting, CUC also discussed training opportunities for employees through an apprenticeship program with NM Tech and hiring of external legal counsel as workload has been increasing for current legal counsel Tina Ngo. Regarding the Commonwealth Health Corporation and their outstanding balance, this is what was discussed.
Yeah, we returned the checks with that condition, and they reissued 2 checks as partial payment, because that was partial payment to the pre-existing, or the government rates. Now,
as long as they know that when that cost of service study comes out, my hope is we adopt it as a policy. Say, look, this is what it costs to serve you. This is the new rate, right? And it's based on a study, right? And it's based on being fair to all the other every ratepayer class, right? And to limit to the greatest degree possible cross subsidies. Or if you're going to cross subsidize, and acknowledge it for the public, so the public knows, hey, maybe I'm paying 5% of the hospital's bill plus my own bill. If that, and then you file that with the PUC and let that process go. Because I appreciate the governor went ahead and signed the bill and created, to me, we created a fake rate. I mean, it's just a rate, but until the cost of service study is going to tell you what it really costs to serve, and then you need to then get the PUC, CUC process going, where we file a rate case and say, this is the cost of service, this is the new rate design for every class of customer. It's vetted by the public, it's vetted by the board and you, and then the PUC, and then that becomes the new way to set rates, so that, with all due respect to the Congress and the governor, having those folks set rates has not produced good results for the community, right? And we want to be better. So.
Next board meeting is scheduled for December 19.
Coming up, an MMA fighter arrives ready to enter the cage. Welcome to Saipan. And the buglers of the Air Force wish you all a Merry Christmas. Next on the Channel 2 News.
This holiday season, get your goods here with care and attention using Micronesian Air Cargo Services. MAX is all about connections. Daily flights to and from Guam, 4 times a week to Rota, bi-weekly flights to Tinian. We are connecting the Marianas. So you do the shopping and we'll do the shipping. Perishable goods, Home Depot furniture and appliances, even live animals quickly and cost effectively. Operating since 2013. Check out our Thursday special to Rota from Guam and Saipan. Call Max at 670-288-6227. If it fits, we'll take it.
Domestic violence, sexual violence, and other forms of violence can happen to anyone. It does not discriminate. If you or someone you know would like to know more, please call CARADOT's Victim Hotline at 670-234-5100. It is safe and confidential. We can help with advocacy and counseling, safety planning, access to shelter for those fleeing intimate partner violence, and referrals to other resources. CARADOT Victim Hotline 670-234-5100. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are here when you are ready.
A new international brand is coming soon, but why wait? Escape to paradise today at Marianas Beach Resort on Saipan. For just $99 for 2, enjoy an ocean view room with stunning views of the crystal clear waters. Relax by the swimming pools, dip your toes in the sand, and unwind with exclusive offers on breakfast and happy hour. Whether you're here for romance or relaxation, Marianas Beach Resort is the perfect getaway. Special rates are for NMI and Guam residents. Some restrictions apply, but not many. Call 670-234-1234 and book your escape today. Guam, New York, Tennessee in the house, visitors and residents from near and far arrive.
We look to the star down south at Saipan International Airport to see who's flying in. Guam MMA fighter Ethan Nafjehi is in for the weekend.
I'm here for an event. I'm actually fighting this Saturday in the Cage of Fire.
He says it's his second time fighting in the ring and has appreciation for our island.
The difference for me, I would say, is just the area, you know, it's very clean, it's very beautiful. I could tell these guys take really care of the island, and they really try to preserve what they have, you know. Guam, I think it's getting too overrun.
The family is so excited to have Albert Bergantia back home for the holidays. He's escaping the cold of the Big Apple.
I miss my friends and the warm weather.
He's in the Coast Guard and says some people are unaware of the Mariana Islands.
Now they know because I'm from there, so they have an idea of what Saipan's like or how's the weather and how the people are like, so now they do know what Saipan is.
Karina, Anna, and Isaac all flew in from Cleveland, Tennessee. Karina and Anna grew up in Saipan, and it's Isaac's first time here.
So this is my girlfriend actually, and so I wanted to see her, like, where she grew up and stuff, and so this was an opportunity to do that, so I came here.
He says he was one of those people that didn't know about the CNMI. For Karina and Anna, they look forward to the familiar foods and spending time with family.
Really glad to be back home and to be back on the island. We're really excited to be with family and enjoy our time here in Saipan.
Welcome back, welcome home, and welcome to Saipan.
We think that the CNMI is the only municipality having financial troubles. Well, tonight, a retail experience that is pretty unnerving. We head to the city by the bay, San Francisco, California. Our Chris Nelson reports.
San Francisco still has some of its charms. Down at Fisherman's Wharf, you can seal the deal on a perfect early winter day. Our drone gives us a nice look at the picturesque city. Out there is Alcatraz, the famous prison, which shut down a long time ago. And over there, the iconic Transamerica building. Seagulls get to see this stuff every day. Just up the hill from Fisherman's Wharf, Lombard Street will throw you for a curve. A number of them, in fact. The street is too popular these days, and the city's trying to stop Instagrammers from bothering those with the unique address. These are Waymos, self-driving cars that are all over the city. These drivers have no personality, though. While San Francisco has many charms, it has many issues, too. This is the inside of a CVS drugstore. Everything in the store is behind lock and key, and I mean everything. Want some toothpaste? You have to push this button and have one of the clerks come over and unlock the shelf and get it for you. Want some Spam? That's behind lock and key as well. Almost everything in the store except for 2-liter bottles of soda are locked up, and the understaffed store clerk has to come and open it for you. Retailers across the city are going to extreme measures to prevent all the shoplifting. Some stores report being stolen from over 10 times per day before the new security measures were put into place. The staff say this is not a good system. Nobody likes it, but they had so much shoplifting and theft going on that it's the only solution they've come up with so far. Lucky we live in Saipan. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Last Saturday night, Garapan was alight as Christmas festivities began. This week offers more, much more to come. This past week, the elementary school carolers presented Christmas songs, and art students presented their recycled tree decorations.
Are made up of bottles from Saipan Clear, the smallest bottle. We cut it with the help of our students. We remove the bottom part and then we cut into 5 pieces.
Tomorrow evening, Christmas in the Marianas continues. Jack Aranda, Marianas Visitors Authority.
December 14, and we will have the middle school and high school competition. So the middle school will be doing a caroling, and the high school will be doing a skit competition.
And isn't there also like a dress parade, a catwalk?
Yes, we also do have a costume catwalk. So the students work really hard. Their costumes are actually made out of recyclables. Again, on behalf of Marianas Visitors Authority and the Managing Director, we'd just like to thank everyone for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you guys next week. Again, this is a community event involving the students, so please come and support the students. They are the future of the CNMI, and tourism is everybody's business.
This Saturday night, performers will perform, awards will be awarded, prizes will be prized, and the island will be here 5 to 9 p.m. at the Paseo in Garapan. Coming up in sports, it's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's not Wolverine, it is MMA, and it is back live in the CNMI.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
We can't wait to welcome you back. Beginning October 16th, the doors of Miyako will reopen. Alongside the tranquil ocean and vibrant gardens inside the former Hyatt, Miyako will offer 2 weekday seatings for a special Japanese lunch buffet. Make your reservations Monday through Friday by calling 670-488-1000 and indulge in authentic dishes, including fresh, never frozen salmon and tuna. Make new memories at an old favorite. Make it special. Make it Miyako.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans, we head into sports with some Christmas tunes from the Air Force Band of the Pacific.
This Air Force band of professional musicians are stationed in Japan. They visited the Marianas as part of Operation Christmas Drop, and in true form, they dropped into our studio.
Hi, I'm Senior Airman Jordan Miller, and I play horn.
I'm Technical Sergeant Daniel Thrower. I play the trumpet for the United States Air Force, Band of the Pacific.
We asked each band member to give us their walk-up song.
Hello, my name is Senior Airman Henry Gergen, and I play the trumpet.
These guys don't always toot their own horn.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Colby Parker. I play the tuba for the United States Air Force Band of the Pacific.
Although I guess sometimes they do.
I am Senior Airman Jeff Sheriff, and I play trombone.
The Band of the Pacific plays their favorite Christmas song. We wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Cage of fire is what happens when energy is trapped for a period of time and then explodes into a nova of external flame. It has been 6 years of trapped energy, but Saturday night, Tringe Tech brings the energy of combat arts out into its cage of fire again. No, this is not Wolverine, but it is Cuki Alvarez, martial artist, coach, empresario.
Cage of Fire. So this is our MMA fight promotion that we've been doing. And Dan, you know how long we've been doing this. This is our 20th year anniversary, believe it or not. It's been that long. But, we took a little break from COVID, and it's been about 5 years since we had a cage fight. So we decided to bring the cage back to the fans, our awesome fight fans of the CNMI, and we're going to end the year with a bang. This cage event is going to feature bouts in boxing, bouts in kickboxing, and we got about, if I'm not mistaken, around 10 MMA fights. So that's going to be the main draw. It's going to be the MMA fights because, we haven't had MMA fights for about 5 years. And so we got teams, we got about 15 fighters from Guam going up against another 15 fighters from Saipan, and then a bunch of local boys going head-to-head with a bunch of local gyms.
There is a long history of combat sports practiced in island cultures around the world: Hawaii, Samoa, Philippines, Guam, and Saipan.
We live in a region where, we're just a bunch of fighting islanders, man. Everybody's competitive. I think due to the small, population and just the tiny region where we're from, we want to prove big things.
Practicing an art, whether painting, dancing, singing, or fighting, the artist must focus energy, both internal and external, to transcend into a flow state of creativity.
We live in an island where people just love to fight. And there's a lot of kids that are unfortunately doing it on the streets, and they've been doing this for as long as I can remember. So we want to be able to give them a safe, controlled outlet and environment where they get to do it with rules and regulations, because on the street there are no rules, Dan. So, we keep it safe and regulated here. We have fight doctors, referees, we have rules. Our motto has always been creating friendship through fighting. So we bring this outlet so that, we can keep it in the cage, and if we have any differences, we settle it in here so that we can walk free and happy outside.
Cage of Fire, Saturday, Garapan, Central Park Roadhouse. Doors open 4 p.m., fights start 5 p.m. until ever since.
This holiday, would you rather buy this TV or get one for free? For a limited time only, bring home a free 43-inch Samsung Smart TV when you sign up on Link with DTV Plus today. Just imagine your favorite movies, shows, and more, all in stunning quality on your brand new screen. Visit DocomoPacific.com or see us in store to learn more. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass, and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Breezes continue tonight with only a 20% chance of isolated showers. Low temperature of around 78 degrees. Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy, but also only a 20% chance of isolated showers with symmetrical highs of 87 and lows of 78. Another beautiful weekend is coming. The sun has set at 5:48 p.m. and will rise again at 6:35 a.m. this Saturday. And as the tides rise and fall from day into night, Christmas in Garapan continues Saipan on Saturday with more singing, costume, and skit competitions. And MMA returns to the Central Park Roundhouse Saturday, and I will see you in the water and also on the land. Well, that's news, sports, and weather. We will see you again on Monday, CNMI.